Hello again, and welcome back to the What Is That video series. My name is Tom Hewlett. I'm the Museum Collections Technician and Researcher here at the Esplanade Arts and Heritage Center in Medicine Hat. And the month of November has just ended. And so too has the awareness campaign Movember. Movember is a campaign where men all over the world grow their mustaches out in support of other men who have had prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and mental health and suicide problems. It's a very worthwhile campaign, and it began in Australia about 20 years ago in a pub. It's worthwhile, and it's raised millions in support of these causes. But Movember's now over, and it's time to break out the razors. Well, maybe not in my case, I'm rather fond of my beard. But many museums across the world have very large numbers of razors. And the Esplanade Museum, we've got 54 of them. So let's have a look at them now. It's not really that surprising that we have so many razors in the collection. 100 years ago, traditionally, half the population would have a straight razor. And nowadays, of course, many more than half the people shave in some way or another. So razors are still in almost every household. Unfortunately, we don't have much of a story around any of our razors in the collection. They're just a simple artifact that everybody had and most often didn't think much about. What does always interest me, though, is how we can research such a simple item. Where were they sold? How much did they cost? What were the different brands? Some of them, like the one we show here, was retailed in Medicine Hat, even with special packaging just for that. The W.B. Marshall Company was a store. Sometimes we can also find out a lot of information from old catalogs. The reproduction catalogs we have in the collection include Eaton's and Sears Roebuck catalogs from as far back as 1897. And these catalogs are extremely useful in getting an idea of the styles of goods that were in use at a given time. Particularly when some styles change very quickly, as they might with fashion clothing, or to see a range of what was available to the consumer, such as we can see with the pictures of the razors here. In fact, here's an example of a razor in the Sears Roebuck catalog, very similar to one we have in the collection. I've always found it interesting how there's been such an enormous resurgence of shaving with straight razors in the past few years. I think many people find that learning to use a traditional razor is somehow satisfying, and once you learn how to keep the straight razor sharp, you don't have to buy any more expensive replacement cartridges and blades. When I was researching this piece, I found a little tidbit on the internet that stated that worldwide sales of straight razors increased some 200% after the scene in the 2012 James Bond movie Skyfall, where Miss Moneypenny shaves Bond with a straight razor. I guess old school is cool. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.